What's the worst thing a teacher ever said to you? My 9th grade math teacher insisted that since I was Asian, I was automatically good at math and just being lazy when I struggled. When I failed my first test, she pulled me aside and said, "Stop pretending you don't understand. Your people are naturally gifted at this." I tried explaining I had dyscalculia, basically math dyslexia, but she rolled her eyes. "That's just an excuse. I've taught for 20 years and never seen an Asian student who couldn't do calculus." She started calling on me for every difficult problem, announcing to the class, "Let's see if Kevin can live up to his heritage today." I'd stand there sweating while numbers jumbled in my head, and she'd shake her head like I was personally disappointing my entire ancestry. Then she escalated things. She moved my seat to the front row and began timing my homework with a literal stopwatch. "Asian students should finish this in half the time," she'd announce to everyone. When I turned in assignments late, she'd mark them down automatically. "Your culture values punctuality. This is clearly behavioral." She started sending emails to my other teachers asking why I was underperforming academically when I should be naturally gifted in analytical subjects. My English teacher forwarded me one of these emails, completely baffled. She'd written, "Please confirm if Kevin shows signs of academic laziness in your class. His math performance suggests cultural assimilation issues." I brought my dyscalculia documentation to show her again. She glanced at it and said, "This must be wrong. Have you considered getting retested by someone who understands Asian genetics?" My guidance counselor called my mom after the teacher requested I be moved to remedial classes. She told him, "Kevin's clearly been misplaced. His background suggests he belongs in advanced placement." My mom scheduled a meeting immediately. When she couldn't get an appointment for 2 weeks, she showed up during lunch. The teacher seemed confused when my mom walked in. "Oh, I was expecting Kevin's mother," she said, looking around like my actual mother was hiding somewhere. "I am Kevin's mother," my mom replied. The teacher's face went blank. "But Kevin is adopted," my mom said flatly, "from Korea when he was 6 months old." That's when the teacher really lost it. She started explaining how adoption doesn't change genetic predispositions, and maybe my mom needed to research Korean educational expectations. My mom pulled out my psychological evaluation. "He has a documented learning disability that affects number processing and mathematical reasoning." The teacher barely looked at it. "Well, that's obviously a misdiagnosis. Look at him." My mom's voice got deadly quiet. "What exactly am I supposed to be looking at? His features clearly indicate mathematical aptitude. I've been teaching long enough to recognize natural ability. You're telling me you can diagnose learning disabilities by looking at a child's face?" "I'm saying some things are just genetic facts," the teacher replied, doubling down. My mom stood up slowly. "So you believe you can override medical professionals based on racial features?" "I believe I know my students better than someone who probably never worked with Asian children." The teacher kept digging. "Maybe these learning disability diagnoses are just what happens when Western testing methods meet Eastern genetics." My mom let her continue. "I think Kevin just needs firmer expectations and traditional discipline methods." "Traditional discipline methods? You know, the kind that produces successful Asian students, structure, high expectations, no excuses." My mom nodded thoughtfully. "And you believe this approach will cure his dyscalculia?" "I believe it will cure his attitude problem." That's when my mom pulled out her work ID. "Well, as the special education coordinator for this district, I can tell you that's not how learning disabilities work." The teacher started backtracking fast. "I didn't realize you were in education, and you've been violating federal disability law while practicing racial discrimination," my mom said, pulling out her phone, "both of which I'm required to report. Next week, I had a new math teacher. The old one got reassigned to detention duty."